Stephen, thanks for coming on. So Shanghai's SMIC is apparently shipping Bitcoin mining semiconductors that are using 7 nanometer technology. Now, this is very surprising to me. Does it look like SMIC is on their way to making real 7 nanometer chips?
It does appear to be the case, and that's a surprise to many analysts of the industry. SMIC has made significant advances in semiconductor process node design. In fact, their previous leading edge capacity, which was their N+1 design system, actually already offered performance at the 14 nanometer level that was comparable to TSMC's at the 7 nanometer level. And now, as you've just said, it appears that they're going to be able to start sustained mass production of 7nm capable chips with a new process node called N+2, which we're already seeing in Bitcoin and other applications.
Now, this is very surprising. Definitely something's unexpected. 7 nanometer process is 2 generations ahead of SMIC's 14 nanometer technology. How do they do this? What's going on here, Stephen?
Well, there are certainly a number of factors at play. I mean, we have to understand in this discussion that with semiconductors, we're truly dealing with the world's most important industry, apart from biotechnology amidst a pandemic, at least. But as you know, semiconductors are vital to every defense application, from drones to hypersonic missiles. They're driving the global digital economy, everything from artificial intelligence to wind turbines or electric vehicles or solar panels. So China is, of course, hungry to have a company at the leading global edge of this industry. And to get there, the Chinese government, of course, has supported SMIC and other companies like YMTC with massive industrial subsidies. They've looked the other way while these firms have engaged in massive intellectual property theft from their global peers. They have very active programs to try to poach talent from companies such as TSMC. So what we're seeing is the Chinese government make a full court press, if you will, to get their companies as close as they can to the global cutting edge. And that's one reason they've been able to move so fast.
Now, you mentioned a couple of points, and I'd like to ask a question about that. So when the U.S. sanctioned SMIC, Washington was concerned about Beijing using U.S. technology to modernize its military, right? So then would China's military benefit from SMIC capable of making 7 nanometer chips?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Initially, these technologies may, find their way into commercial applications like Bitcoin mining. But as you know, every single weapons platform that exists in the world today has a brain. And the brain is a semiconductor. And the more effective semiconductors that a nation has domestically available is going to find their way into defense applications. Absolutely. And yes, will this leap ultimately advance PRC military capacity? Absolutely.
Now, we talked about the energy sector, the military. I wonder, does the phone sector, smartphone sector, would Huawei benefit from this this technology?
Absolutely. Although it appears that Huawei is trying to reinvigorate, reanimate an internal chip design group they have to kind of design their own chips for Huawei phones. But of course, having a foundry, having the outsourced fabrication capacity with SMIC, able to be at a 7 nanometer level higher, would definitely be of benefit to Huawei and other Chinese cell phone makers.
Okay. Stephen Ezell, Vice President for Global Innovation Policy at ITIF. Thanks again for coming.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.